Bonjour class! Today we are going to talk about interrogative question words. So interrogative words, which are just question words. So en français, we have mots interrogatifs. And so words that are like interrogative or words that are meaning to ask questions. So s'il vous plaît, prenez une feuille de papier, take out a sheet of paper. Make sure that you write this stuff down because this is very, very important. These are used a lot in French. All right, on va commencer. We're going to go ahead and start. So already we had learned two ways to ask questions, specifically yes or no questions in French. The first way that we had learned was using est-ce que. So we would always say, est-ce que tu aimes le français? Do you like French? Or est-ce que tu fais du sport? Do you do a sport? So est-ce que means do or does. Next, we learned through English how to use intonation. And intonation is where you take a sentence and you turn it into a question by raising your voice at the end. So, par exemple, I have, you do hockey. And you do hockey? So I could say the same thing in French. I could say, tu fais le devoir, you do the homework. Or, tu fais le devoir, do you do the homework? All you're taking with intonation is you're taking your voice and starting off really low and raising it as you go and end your question on a high note. So est-ce que means do or does, and then intonation is right here with this little arrow that shows you just raise your voice towards the end of your sentence. And the next one is n'est-ce pas. N'est-ce pas, this part that's bolded right here. You've heard me say it a lot, but n'est-ce pas means is it not, or an equivalent in English to when we say right. Like if I ask somebody a question, oh, you like French, right? That n'est-ce pas would be right. So n'est-ce pas is used every single time at the end of questions. It's never used at the beginning. And it's used to say, is it not? Or in English, more like slang, we say right. So I have an example. C'est facile, n'est-ce pas? So it's easy, right? Or this is easy. Is it not? So actual question words that we're learning that are new are as follows. I know this looks like a lot, but we're going to talk about this slide for quite some time. So the English words are on the left right here where it says when, why, what, where, how, who, and with whom. And then I have some info up at the top here and then some examples with the French question words highlighted in blue. So the first thing I want to talk about is everything up here where it says question word, subject, verb. Most of the time, I'd say 9 times out of 10, when you are forming a sentence with a question word or an interrogative word, it always starts off with a question word, no matter what. Then the next thing that follows should be est-ce que. So in this first example, I have quand, which is my question word, then est-ce que, then my subject, and then my verb. So 9 times out of 10, it will always be question word, est-ce que, subject, verb. So it's always going to be question word, est-ce que, subject, verb. So let's talk about what the question words are in French. In English, we have when, and in French, it's quand. So I'm going to say that again, quand. You don't pronounce the D. The D is pronounced silent. So it's like quand, with just the Q-U-A-N. That means when. Next, we have why. You've heard me say this a lot. Why is pourquoi. So pourquoi. What? We're going to take QU and put it with est-ce que, do or does, to mean what. So qu'est-ce que means what. So we have qu'est-ce que. Next is where. I'm going to be a really big stickler about this word because this word has an accent on it. And because it has an accent on it, if you don't put that accent, it can change the meaning of the word. So here we have where means ou. So everybody say that again, ou. But if I don't put my accent right here, then it means or. Like I like this or that. So you have to make sure that you put the accent because it takes the word and makes it a whole different word. Next is how. Like how could you do that? Or how do you do that? So how is comment. Comment. And we don't pronounce that T. So comment. It's not comment, it's comment. Next is who. You've heard me say who before, but who is qui, like a key that you put into a door, qui. And then with whom, you already know the word for with is avec, and who or whom is qui. So avec qui means with whom. So just to recap on this slide, all of the question words in French are quand, pourquoi, qu'est-ce que, où, comment, qui, and avec qui. There's 7 French question words. And the structure for the sentence is question word, then est que, then your subject, then your verb, and then the rest of your sentence. So what is the question word for when? Oui, quand. What's the question word for why? Absolument, pourquoi. What is qu'est-ce que? Très bien. Where is où? And remember, it has to have that accent because or is pronounced the same. It's où and où. You just have to make sure that you have that accent. How is comment. Who means qui. And with whom in French is avec qui. Oui, très bien. So these are the words that you should treat as vocab, and you have to know what they mean. You absolutely cannot get through French without knowing these 7 words. So make sure that you study them very well and make sure that you know them so that way you do not forget them. So as previously talked about, most of the question words are followed by est que plus a subject and a verb. The only exception is usually like ou, but most of the time ou is followed with that as well. There is a little Grammavision video if you want to watch a video of somebody else explaining it other than myself. I'm posting this PowerPoint in Google Classroom, so you can watch this video and then watch the Grammavision video if you'd like to watch that as well. C'est tout pour aujourd'hui. That's it for today. We will do some tableau blanc later on, so we'll do some whiteboards later on. But if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Merci et au revoir.